Tempting dual stream. All right, so Twitch is live. Good, good, good. Twitch is live. Just checking on it real quick. Gonna make sure audio sounds good for a second, guys. So you guys might hear echo for a second. Actually, I'll mute the desktop audio. Okay, audio sounds good. Just had to double check on that, and I'm gonna go to YouTube real quick. I'm gonna test out YouTube and make sure it sounds good. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna mute desktop audio again, and I'm gonna just listen to YouTube to mute to sound or audio real quick. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's coming through pretty good. Let me also move around a little bit, make sure like the video is actually looking good and everything, because it's been a while since I tried dual streaming. It's been a while since I streamed in general. So let's actually see how that looks. Okay, yeah, it looks good. Also, I have both YouTube and Twitch chat at the bottom right, so you guys should be able to like see both chats, and hopefully I'll be able to like keep up with both of them using an app. Anyways, let's begin. All right, so it's been a while since I streamed on YouTube. It's been a while since I've streamed on Twitch even. So basically, I'm gonna start dual streaming because on like YouTube, I plan to start releasing the tutorial videos and educational videos people were asking about. Oh, sorry, I had to shut my door. But I'm gonna be starting to release those videos and stuff on YouTube. Make sure stream settings and everything is correct. Yeah. All right, okay, we're good to go. I'm gonna just share the link real quick for YouTube as well. That way people can look at it. And there, and we're good. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so today I kind of want to work on a few different things. I want to work on like the UI stuff for the settings menu, and I also need to work on getting some art stuff. So I have like some art and stuff already. I just need to actually like implement it into like the options menu, because you can see, ew, that's an ugly options menu. So we're going to be focusing on that today because it's honestly one of those things that I need to finish up and get done. It's one of those fun things that will drain your energy as a developer. Like UI stuff kind of is draining. But yeah, we're going to work on that. I actually got some examples of stuff like I was thinking of. So I was thinking of like looking at other projects and so forth, see like get some ideas of like how they do some of their like controls and stuff like that. And if anybody has not actually been to this website before, there's actually a website called like a game UI database, and it has like an amazing set of stuff. So like if I actually like go up here and so forth, there's like a lot of like stuff you can actually see on here. So like if you want to look for like, okay, gameplay HUD and stuff, you can actually like see different games and so forth. So like different HUD. If you want to do like a certain genre, so let's say you're working on like a RPG game, you actually like filter out like RPG stuff, and you can even focus out like let's do like medieval, and you can like start seeing different like stuff. So instead of doing like gameplay HUD and stuff like that, I can actually go to like maybe player menus, or like if you want like ideas for like inventory stuff, like inventory systems, you can actually like go here and you can actually see like different games, like how they do their UI and so forth. It's a really good resource. So you see like Octopath Traveler and stuff. And if I actually like remove like the medieval thing, or if I actually remove the medieval to make sure I get like more, you can see like now I got like more inventory stuff. So if you're ever like trying to figure out like UI ideas and stuff, this is a really, really good website for figuring things out. I'll go ahead and like put it in both YouTube and Twitch chat. So if anybody's ever wanting to like look at it and make sure that link is the full link, yeah. So there you go. So like I'm gonna be like working on ideas for like how to do like the settings menu. For the first alpha, it's probably gonna be super simple. Like, I mean, it's gonna be super simple. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get that open and start on it. And then after I get to UI, I'll work on like weather effects and some ambience and some audio and stuff like that. But let's actually go and set this up. So go to UI, I'm gonna go to my in-game UI and go to my menus, actually options menu. So I'm using UI Toolkit in Unity instead of like UGUI. And JetBrains Writer open up on the other side. There we go. So I'm going to be using this instead. Basically, my idea is like for like the options menu, it's literally going to be a kind of like just like it's going to be like a tab view. Let's actually get that. So basically, you'll have like your tabs and so forth, and each tab is going to be like, okay, graphics container or graphic settings and so forth. Do you know, even though I'm using the UI toolkit, depending on what I'm doing, I actually prefer to actually use like UXML editing. But anyways, let's actually begin and so forth. I'm gonna just like go ahead and set this up. So this was the input menu, or let's say input options view. I'm actually gonna just like copy this and put it here and say instead of input graphics options, lowercase it, graphic, and also go down here and just say audio options. Oh, I need to add a view data here. So basically, we're gonna just have a couple different things. So I was originally gonna do it where I have like a C# class that's just like a custom visual element. Oop, I accidentally opened up GitHub. Not mean to do that. Anyways. Also, you might hear like a little dinosaur running around. My Savannah monitor is just like running around, just doing random shit. They just love to do it, like run around, climb. So if you guys hear anything fall, it's okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna actually start on the input thing. So what I basically want to do, I'm not gonna do like rebinding for now. I just want to make it where people can actually like see, oh, well, this is like the UI controls and stuff like that. So yeah, let's actually begin that. Originally, at the current moment, if I actually go to input options, you'll see like, okay, I just have like a lot of like visual elements and so forth. I just did that because I wanted to see something for like foldouts and stuff. I don't want it. That's not going to be how we do it in the end. So inside, I'm using the input system. If I actually go here and actually go down, I have the input system. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to read the input asset that I'm using, and I'm going to just have it generate the UI options based on them. That way I don't have to like manually type out every single option. That way if we ever add a new controller, a new hotkey, it'll automatically be there. So basically, I'll make it where the input system reads like the action map. So like a player, and like the player will be like its own like little fold out. So it'll be like player fold out, and then inside there you'll have like the options to do like a move, attack, and so forth. But yeah, let's begin. So to do this, there's a couple different things I'm going to need to do. So I need to first figure out a good way to get a list of all actions. Actually, if I actually go in here, let's actually do this. Let's grab this. We'll say input options menu. Whoops, if I actually can spell it right. Input options menu. We're going to do this. All right, so we are going to basically use this to actually get all of our stuff. So first thing we need to do, I'm gonna say UI module. And if I actually go, it should be, let's do private controls. SF input module, I'm going to say controls. So the controls is basically a actual generated, if you're using Unity's input system, you can actually make it generate a JSON file and a C# file. And basically this is it. And this is actually useful because I can actually like get the controls and so forth. So I can actually read this, get the controls, and say, hey, for each control in here, create a UI field. That way I don't have to manually set up a UI field for each control. So if I was like private void, let's do get control input controls. So first thing we're going to want to do is I'm going to have it where for each input control we have in our game, basically I'll have it generate a role, like kind of like this. So if we have like an attack input, it'll generate the label for that, and then it'll generate the key that's actually currently binded to it. So yeah. So first list of action maps. Here, UI, and then game control. And game control is like pausing. It's what I have for like a pause toggle, stuff like that. So like anything that can be used anywhere, like anytime. So that. Actually, we're gonna say step one. Then like this way I don't have to like type it every one. Then we're gonna say step two. We're gonna need to grab for each action map. We'll need to we'll basically create a row, a UI row for each input action. The action name, and then and a list of inputs for that action. There we go. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's pretty much how I'm planning on doing this. I mean, short, sweet, and simple. So I'll probably end up renaming this. So first things first, we're gonna need to make sure, like, hey, controls, like we're gonna make sure like controls does not equal null. If it does, we're gonna just return. And I'm also gonna like add a debug message. I don't want like the debug messages to go off like in like runtime mode, so because I'll waste like CPU usage when people are playing the game. So I'm going to do this. I'm gonna just wrap it in there. Debug.log. So we can do this real quick. We're gonna say private void start. Actually, yeah, that works. I was gonna say put in a wake, but no, that'd actually be better to not put in a wake, because it might, if we're like loading the input manager at the same time. Input manager controls. We're gonna just do this. Actually, there we go. Input options menu. UI rows. There we go. That way we at least have, like, if something ever happens, I'll at least be like, oh, hey, okay, this is why it's not working. So I'm gonna just do that. So first things first. So if we go to controls here, you'll notice that there's a few different things. You'll notice that I can get player actions, and basically you'll notice there's player actions. But main thing is, if we actually go to you'll see that there's actually like player and UI actions. So in Unity, if you actually tell it to generate the C# stuff, like the actual like C# class and so forth, if we actually go back here into controls, if you tell Unity to actually create this, Unity will actually create a like I mentioned earlier, like a little JSON thing. But what it'll also do is it'll create a actual thing called a player actions. And the reason why I should be able to actually just type in like action. Yeah, there we go. It'll actually create a struct, and this struct is actually has like all of the types of input that will actually that you have assigned inside the input system. So like everything that's inside here, Unity will actually create a input action inside the struct, which is very useful because I can actually do something like iPlayer. If you notice, there's like a thing called like iPlayer actions. And I can actually like just tell Unity to like actually implement a custom like callback for this, but I don't need that. Just want to show that for demonstration purposes. But what we're gonna need is so I can either get these one by one, which might actually do that just for the first bit. There should be, let's see, so it's saying find binding load. Might just say for now, just like per action map. I believe this would actually work. Yeah, I believe I can actually just do that. And then if I actually, yeah, there's a, okay, there we go. So I can actually just do this for a second. So I could actually just say var input action, or let's say var player actions. I can actually just say that. And then just to demonstrate this, debug.log. I can actually say, let's do for each. Just show this off for each player action in player actions. I actually go here and I can actually say player action dot, I believe it's, yeah, they do have a name thing. So what this actually lets me do is I can actually get all the input action names inside that I have assigned in here. And this will actually let me to generally just create a role of UI just like this. I can actually just assign the name to each role here. This way I don't have to manually set up UI per row. So if I actually, whoop, I gotta attach the script first. Let's go to control options real quick. Actually, we'll just do this. We're gonna do options menu. Oh, right. I was actually working on a 1.4. I forgot. Jeez. I should actually have. I was actually testing this out actually earlier. I should put this in here. My bad. I forgot about that. Oh, no, wait. That's the base menu. I didn't want the input options menu. My bad. I was like, wait a second. That's not right. Okay. Input options menu. There we go. And just show this off. So if we go here, it would kind of help if after I did this, I actually called get input controls. There we go. So if we actually do this, fingers crossed, this should actually like print out like a, yeah, so there we go. So now we got, it actually prints out a list of every single one of our things. So what we can actually do now is, currently I have this as mono behavior. Instead of doing this as a mono behavior, we can actually do something like this. I'm gonna remove this so it doesn't yell at me later. I'm gonna actually turn this to a visual element. And I need to mark this as public partial. Mark this as UXML element. And instead of doing start, I actually can say I will actually need to do this instead. So I'm going to say this dot register callback attached to panel. Yeah, we're gonna just say attached to panel event, and then I can actually say let's do on panel attach. Whenever like the options menu is added to the UI list, it'll run this. And then I'll just create this method. And reason why I got to do this here, I just realized I didn't delete the what I had previously typed there. I was like, wait a second. It's gonna yell at me for a couple seconds. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, so for UXML element, I actually need a public one. That's because the UI builder and this attribute, but that's okay. I just have a habit of making everything default private. Now, whenever the UI is first added, I can actually do this. And I can actually get the controls here. So what this will let me do is inside the, I'll need to save this real quick. We're actually going to use this inside UXML. So I can actually go here and I can actually go to assets, update UXML schema. And what this allows me to do, so adding this element and this partial thing with a public constructor, what that allows me to do is if I actually go to our options menu right here, so we have like our instance right here, right? We have this little thing. Instead of saying UI, I can actually say SF now, and should be I should have one already up here. I'm actually, I think I had this called as a UI module, right? I can actually get rid of these for now. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually do this. I'm actually do SF UI, and I'm gonna say UI module, and then I can actually go here, say that, and you'll notice there's my input options menu. So now I can actually shove this C# file into my UXML, which is very useful for a few reasons later on. So yeah, so now I don't have to worry about like doing a few different things later on. So the second, like the options menu, yeah. So you notice I didn't even enter play mode yet. It actually run that stuff outside of play mode, which is useful. Oh, I didn't even clear the first thing first. I should have done that, but anyways. I'm gonna say probably should like nah, probably don't need to unregister. I was thinking about like maybe I might have to like unregister those like detached from panel, but no, this works. Okay, so we're getting the player names and everything now, and so forth. So we can actually do a couple different stuff. Also, I can actually get rid of that. I no longer need that. So what we can do is on panel attach. So we got here, instead of saying debug, I can actually just do this. I can say add. I can say new label. And I'm actually going to say player action name. Watch this. So now since I actually got this, if I actually go here, and if I actually get there, I'm going to run this. Oh, I need to make sure that I'm not actually. I feel like that was actually calling it twice. Oh, anyways, so if I go here, if I open options, you'll notice, oh look, so you can actually see it actually just added a label for me. So now instead of having like type out or literally create a long UXML document like this, like literally a long UXML document, I can actually just take names of all my actions. This way, whenever I add a new shortcut key or hotkey for the game, it'll automatically be added to settings menu. I don't have to do anything else. So yeah, let's actually continue this. And what we're gonna do is instead of just saying the label, we gotta do a couple things. So I want to have it where we have like a little row. So I'm gonna do this. Add row. Or sorry, this dot add row. If you notice, like just to show, like whenever I just said add row, you notice that nothing appears. But if I say this dot add row, it does appear. The reason why is I actually created my own like visual element like UI customization library to speed up UI stuff. So I can just say add row. I'm gonna just do this here. Reason why this is useful is I can actually say I can say this. I can actually add a label. I need to say add child technically. Add child. This not add child. There we go. And it's gonna give you a little bit of warning because add row. Actually, I should be able to do one more thing. Oh, actually, I never added it. I never added that one thing. I was planning on adding it, but I never did. Okay, I can actually do it this way. So I can actually just take this and do this. Instead of doing that, I can actually daisy chain it this way. Should be able to. Hey. I never make it where you could actually like daisy chain. Okay, wait a second. Okay, yeah. I just need to add it for one spot. Okay. I was like, I swear I've oh, empty source. There we go. Yeah, okay. I did it for like the add child thing, but I haven't added it. I didn't do it for like the add row. I was like, Cool. So instead of saying this, I'll just do this, and I'll say add child, and then I'm gonna actually format this a little bit better. All right, and I'll actually get that, and then that should work. Okay, so this will basically add a child to the newly generated row. What I'm gonna do is I'm also going to add another one. Hey, Paper Stall, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm kind of showing how to do like a little bit easier like input system with like UI menus. Currently working on like setting up like the actual like options menu for players. That way they can actually like see the controls and also set up stuff like that. Yeah, okay. So now that'll be like player actions name. So what I'm going to do is I want the left label to actually be each player action, and then the right label to actually show what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the name of the action be there, and I'm going to say, just for now, I'm going to say the first one. So you can do bindings technically. Yeah, technically you could do like bindings. And main difference is like so each action has a list of bindings here, so you'll see like the actual like bindings and stuff right here. For now, I'm gonna just to test this out, I'm gonna do the first binding, and I'm gonna just like shove it because each action can have a different set of bindings. And I'm gonna just say name. And the reason why is like one binding could be for like left stick keyboard, or sorry, gamepad. The second binding can be like WASD for keyboard, or like arrow keys for keyboard. So each action, like movement, can be have several bindings. So if we actually do this, fingers crossed, should work at least. Actually go here and hit play. Actually opens the options menu. I did save, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Wait, I was hoping it would work first, right? Let me just check this right. Also, I'm glad you're doing well. Hopefully you are not burning up from the heat. I don't know where you are at, but it is very hot here. Okay, so it did actually add the label. Yeah, okay, so there is actually a second label here. It's just to show this off real quick. So it did add the label. It's just very tiny, like 0 pixels tiny. So the first label came up right, and then like the second label not come right because the text did not appear correctly. Okay, so also these are supposed to be children of that. What I thought. That's right. This is supposed to be in here. I was like, I swear, I had this set up where it's supposed to be like in here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if that fixes a little bit of that. All right. There we go. Yes. So I have some music that I was working on. I have some soundtracks as well. Well, if that's not saying, hey, this is wrong. Okay. Which one do I have? Oh, oops. Okay. I was like, that is supposed to be there. Yeah. Okay. That matches that one. That matches that one. That matches that one. That one matches this one. And then that one matches this one. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, so it expected that. That's weird. Okay, so JetBrains Rider is having a aneurysm apparently. I do mean a pretty big aneurysm. That's interesting. Oh. I see what it is. Oh yeah, add row, and then yeah, okay, well, I see what happened. So basically, like it is adding a row, and it is actually returning the T. Yeah, okay. So what I need to do, I need to make it where it actually doesn't just like add child, but also allows me to like yeah, okay. So inside here, I need to make it where I can, okay. 1 second. So I need a second helper function. Basically, I need to make it where there can be like a any type of like a child element, so visual element, child. And what I'll do is I'll make it where like row dot add child if child does not equal null. There we go. Make it where I can actually like add a child at the same time. And yeah, so this will add a row, and basically it technically returns the actual like parent element, and then I can actually like start daisy chaining inside it. So what I need to do is bar row for a second. We're gonna do something interesting. I'm gonna just say row dot add child, and then I'll be able to actually like do this. Yay. I will improve that process later down the line. But yeah, we got a couple different soundtracks. I haven't been focusing too much on audio because I've been just trying to get like the first alpha of the game done. See if that looks a little bit better, and open up these. No, okay. Okay, so yeah. Oh, I probably need to add like a yeah, what I'll need to do is I'll actually need to make a way where I actually just add a row and then just like return it. Because at the current moment, yeah, at the current moment, the way I have this set up is like a little bit weird. I could have swore like I had it where it actually could do that. Oh well. That is okay. Set child as row elements. Do. Oh, I see. Okay. So I'm gonna just grab this real quick, and basically what I could do is I could just do this this dot add row, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just say SF row for a second. I never actually thought about this scenario, and basically I'll do I'll fix this later down the line. It's not technically broken, it's just I can improve it a lot. And what I'll do is for the row name, I'll just say like hey, you know what? Okay, we're not gonna worry about like the row or anything right now. We're gonna just add the children for a second. Because I don't want to like go into like the details for stuff like that. But one thing we need to figure out though is why is this binding returning no name? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually say debug.log. I'm going to actually return this. I want to see what it says this is. Because it shouldn't be that bad. Like it should be super once I get like figure out like what the binding thing is. Okay, binding. Oh. Oh, okay. So the binding is not, is actually just, okay. I see what's going on there. Okay, so like if I actually do something like this, instead where I say like, I'm going to say dot, let's say, so instead of saying name, so, okay, so I actually need like the path instead. Was that lightning? It's sunny ass, like it's super sunny outside. Okay, well anyways, so there's a couple of different things I'll need to, first we'll have to check to see, like, so if I do path here instead, I'm gonna go ahead and just test this out real quick. If I do path here instead of name, it will, let's see what it says here. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, cool. So that's more closer to what I was thinking. So like it'll actually say like shift keyboard. So instead of saying like the like I don't need the full like keyboard shift thing. Actually, you know what? That might be okay for now. This is literally just a first alpha. So that's okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do this instead. So now we're gonna say this dot add child new SF row. So this will give us new row, and basically from this row I can actually add the children to the row instead. So so saying this here, so this will actually add it to row. Yeah, so add the SF row, and then it'll add that. Okay, so let's see if this looks like, and we're gonna see that should actually look better once I actually figure out like the format. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So now they're actually on the same row. Okay, so now like I'm actually gonna just show this. So at the current moment, it shows interact the last time. So the reason why I'm doing it this way, and the reason why this is going to be beneficial, is so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go into our project settings. Let's say we're going to add a new ability, right? So we have like move, run, jump. Let's say we have a new ability, like let's say we have it called I don't know, dodge or like teleport or something, like, or like some kind of thing. So I'm gonna just say like we'll just do dodge roll. We'll just say dodge roll, right? I'm gonna just add a random binding. We're gonna just do age just to show this off. So if I actually do this now, and the reason why I'm doing it this way, so now since I've added new dodge roll key binding, I actually go back into the options menu. You can see it now has dodge roll. I didn't add anything else. I didn't have to add a new UI menu or anything like that. So like by doing it this way, anytime we update the like add a new ability, a new hotkey or anything, it'll just automatically add it to the UI system for us. So that's why I'm doing it this way. But yeah, just wanted to show that off, like show why it seems like I'm doing like a little bit more like out of my way thing for that. So I don't want to make it, I'm not gonna like make it too pretty. Like I'm gonna just make it like work and so forth, like be functional. So yeah, so I'll sooner or later I'm gonna add a to do here. Do a clean version, a clean formatted version of the name. That way I don't forget that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make it look a little bit prettier, because right now it does not look like, it doesn't look that pretty. Also, hopefully you guys cannot hear the fan. I apologize if you guys can hear the fan. But yeah. All right. So now since we got like it actually showing up and everything and actually reading our hotkeys, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make it actually like look a little bit nicer because that's ugly right now. That is super ugly. So what I'm planning on doing is making it where, okay, first we get like, let's get a background behind it so we have like a little like box. So let's actually go here. I'm gonna actually get that up. Couple different things to do first. Let's do a background menu. First we need to register like we actually need to like set up the styling for this. So let's say style dot actually let's do class name. Let's say add to class list, and I'm gonna just say probably just input options menu. Actually, yeah, let's just do that. Private constant string. Reason why I'm doing constant string is just so it's like a little bit better performance, and I'm gonna just say last name. And if anybody's like wondering why I'm doing something like this, we actually go to if anybody, for those that haven't actually like looked into Unity's like input system, or sorry, not UI toolkit system, we actually go to like input, or actually let's do try to think UI toolkit panel. Let's just do button, like Unity UI toolkit button. If we actually go to this, and we actually go in here, you'll notice that there's actually like read-only strings and so forth. The reason why they're read-only instead of constant, if you actually set them as static read-only, you can actually use them in other static read-only. So they can literally say like base class name is like button, and then like then the icon is like button dash icon, stuff like that. So it's actually pretty useful later on whenever you're like creating more customized UI. So I'm gonna just say for now input. Okay. Okay. Mother Nature is like screaming at me. They're like, we're gonna just say class name. Yes, it's class name. We're gonna just do this. So we're gonna set that up, and basically what we're gonna do here is, now since I got that, let's actually go to our USS files. Go to our styling. Try to remember, I don't think I ever created like a USS just for custom menus. Oh well. Nope. All right, well, this is gonna be where we're at. It's where I did like a custom like style for stuff like that. Oh well, we will put it here then. Also, if you see this, just heads up, that's not error. JetBrains Writer hasn't had the update showing that Unity actually added a pre-wrap thing, so that is a new thing in Unity now. But JetBrains Writer hasn't updated the UXML schema for understanding it, so it'll say, hey, there's error, but it actually fully works. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go and we're going to just grab this. So I called it this real quick. I'm going to actually, instead of doing this, I'm going to say, actually, so fun fact, since this is actually a class, another benefit of doing this, I can actually just go here and I can actually like do this. And Unity's USS will actually see this as a actual like style sheet stuff. And I can do a few different things. I can grab this. I can actually set up a different menu. Instead of doing the main menu though, I kind of want the frame. So now if I actually like just show this off, I actually like go back into like the thing, open up the options menu, boom, we got ourselves a frame. Not the prettiest frame, but it is a frame. Like I said, we'll be doing art later in the stream. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna set up some padding. I'm actually gonna do some stupid padding, like really stupidly high padding. I'm gonna do some margin We're gonna just go from here. Might actually disable the hidden by default thing. Okay, too much padding. Too much padding. Let's actually so yeah, let's actually grab this real quick, or let's actually like change this. Main menu view. Where, okay, I know there's a USS style class that I made for this. That's override. Oh, I was working in buns before. Did I accidentally just like shove it into like bun styles? No, I didn't. Oh, right, I created a view menu. That's where it was. Okay. Okay, so I accidentally clicked the wrong file earlier. It's actually before I was streaming, I was setting up the like graphics thing. That's supposed to. This is supposed to go here. This is supposed to go here. I was like, wait a second. Also, I can actually do the same thing for this. This is literally, that is the exact same thing. What I just removed and typed is the exact same thing. This one's just a little bit easier to read. So what we're gonna do here is, I don't want to just, instead of doing like, I'm like repeating a lot of this stuff. What I might do is instead of like something like that, I might just have it be like a base class called like options menu class or something like that. That way I'm not like typing it all out over and over again. But I'm gonna actually remove this for a second. And the reason why is if I actually go in here, now I can see it without entering play mode. So now I can actually like edit it without going into play mode. So yeah, it just lowers the amount of time I have to take working on it. So I'm gonna start with it. Let me get some of the stuff out that I no longer need. All right. There we go. So first thing first, so I actually have like a textile based thing. I'm gonna try to make it where people can actually see both of these at once. Yeah, there we go. That way I don't have to like go back and forth. Okay, so I have like this thing for like textile bases, for like font size and a few things. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to use this real quick. So let's actually go back and start going up this way and go in here. And what I'm going to do is for labels, I'm going to actually just say add class list or add class. And I'm going to actually just say probably I'm going to do like a header medium. We're going to see how well this is. But if I do like a header medium here, and if it actually goes back, oh, do I not have it where it's actually let me see if I actually accidentally put the label that overrides it, matching selectors. Oops, okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so there's this thing called Unity override. I actually have it being loaded first. I did that yesterday or last night. I completely accidentally put it in the wrong order. So if I actually go here, set this up, yeah, that needs to be the very top. Or do I need it at the very bottom? Actually, not sure. All right, so let's okay, yeah, no, that's right. Okay, so yeah, so now I can actually go back to listening sound. Okay, so and just make it where this way I can actually like see it and work on it at the same time. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the same thing. It's just here. It's ugly at the moment. I know it's bad, but like oh well. what I might end up doing is to make this a little bit faster is just create like a set like an input action class thing. That way I only have to like edit the UXML file, because that would actually make it where I don't have to like recompile scripts every second. Anyways, okay, so we got this. I'm gonna actually give this a class. I'm gonna say add class. I'm gonna call it don't think I have one for this yet. I'm almost pretty sure I do not, but I will in a second. All right, let me double check. So I was planning on having it where there is a let me add this label for your app. Yes, I do have something like that. Okay. Okay, cool. I thought I had maybe something on par of that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, okay. Just want to double check. So I can call it 2-column. All right, let's do this. Let's do 2-column. That should make it where each one takes up the yep, there we go. So you can see like by doing it this way, like once it gets set up, it quickly starts to become something a lot more easy to manage and a lot more easy to like edit and work with. So what I can actually do now is I can have this set up. So what I could do is have something like this. I could say this or let's say add. I'm gonna say a kind of like a fold out. Yeah, let's do a player fold out. Actually, yeah, let's do this fold out. Player fold out equals new fold out. Now I'm gonna say player, and it should be oh, instead of that we do this player, and we're gonna say player fold out, and we're gonna say player fold out dot add child at the very end of like all of this. So at the very end of the get input control stuff and everything should be right there. Yep. Okay, just to double check, we're going to say this dot add, and we're going to just add the fold out. So now we have like, well, we should have, keyword should have a fold out structure now. Yeah, so there we go. Again, it looks a little bit rough right now. It just completely disappears. Okay. I'll have to like see about that. Like how it just like actually completely folds out. Well, I'll see why it shouldn't be disappearing like that whenever completely folds out. Actually, I know why. Never mind. But so now we got this set up. We can also go and do this thing. I'll fix the it disappearing in a second. But now I can actually do the same thing. So if we actually go back to our project settings real quick and so forth. Now, since we got all this set up, so we also have like UI controls or like a pause game controls, stuff like that. So now since we got the initial system set up, we can do this. Like this is how easy it is. Now since we got that done, I'm actually going to full screen this part. So I can actually copy all this. I just go down here, and instead of saying player fold out, I can say game control fold or game control fold out, because that's what I have as the name of the controls. I can literally just do this. I can just say game control fold out. I can say game control actions, and instead of player, say game control. And literally all I got to do is just do this. And I will actually say game control actions here. Or sorry, game control action. And then I can just say this dot add, and we can also I'm actually gonna just say add. Actually, no. Since we don't have to do like a complex structure, I can just say add as well. Game control foldout. So now if we got that set up, make sure game control, make sure I'm not like didn't miss any area. Yeah, okay. So now since we did that, like if we actually go back in here, we can actually see, hello anime hero, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Now you'll see, okay. Ooh, it actually added 2. What? That's weird. Oh, because I okay. 1 second. I forgot, I accidentally forgot to delete the adding foldout up there. Try this again. There, it still added it. Okay, there we go. It just took a second. Okay. Yeah, it still looks ugly. It does look ugly for now, but we're getting there. And you'll notice that it no longer like bugs out and stuff. Okay, so it's getting there. But now we can easily, so now every time we add like a new thing, so maybe if I have a thing that says like skip dialogue or something and so forth, so if I add like a skip dialogue option now, it'll literally be it'll literally just automatically add it. So from here on out, I can literally do something like this, and I don't have to, I can just go here and I can say skip dialogue. I can do something like this, and I can just say I'm just gonna put T, or like T for now. I just choosing a random one. Do that. Let Unity generate the C# file for the skip dialogue action, and now you'll see that a new skip dialogue thing was actually added. I didn't have to code any UI or anything. It just automatically added it and created new UI stuff. I'll need to do a scroll, like a scroll bar, so this stuff isn't like stuff together, but that's okay. Glad you're enjoying it. And if anybody has any questions or anything, or is wondering about anything, just tell me and I can like do stuff. I have no problems like showing people like VFX or like how to do different things. But yeah, so now since we actually got like the stuff actually displaying, let's actually make it a little bit less ugly. Because right now it is like really ugly looking, obviously. So first things first, let's actually change like the pure white. I guess I should say. I love how in game view it like literally just shows this. And oh, I know why. Let's actually. There we go. Force it to reload. How dare you? Game mode does not. Let's go to UI builder. Let's actually save that. We're gonna actually do that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I know why. So technically, we did this part inside the attach on panel. That's my bad. We need, instead of saying register callback, there's register callback once. We need register callback once. My bad. That way it only does it, like you'll only do the entire thing once instead of like every single time like it gets done. All right, so now if I disable it, if I hit play and so forth. Okay, there we go. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, okay. And you know, because I'm doing it this way as well, it already sets up like half the stuff needed to create a rebinding system, so your players can actually rebind the hotkeys and stuff like that. So let's go on and, like I said, make it a little pretty. So I'm going to say first, let's actually add a little bit of something to the foldouts. I'm going to go here and I'm actually going to say, I'm going to move this a little bit out and make it a little bit easier to like look at. I'm going to say add class. And you know, like whenever you're creating a constructor in C# and you're adding the default properties for whatever class or structure you're creating right here, after you do that, you can actually start like using daisy chain methods. So I can actually like start putting this here. So I can actually just go here and I can actually just say like I can actually, you know what? I think maybe this would probably look the best. We'll just do this. We're gonna say I kind of want to just make like a default like fold out class, like SF fold out. Fold out. Because like I'm gonna need like a fold out system quite a bit. So I'm actually gonna go down here and actually start like creating like a fold out. Yeah, we're gonna just do this. And what we're gonna do is, so whenever you have a fold out, if we there is this like little label here that you can add to fold outs by default. If we actually go to the debugger real quick, we can actually go here and we can actually click on it. You'll see Unity actually adds a thing called like I believe it's like a Unity fold out text. Yeah. So you can actually like we can actually do that, and this is actually describes what the name of the value of it is going to be. So there's a couple of ways we could do this. I could override the Unity fold out text. That would make it where every single fold out will have that. I could make it where the literal fold out itself. So like I could just make it where like the fold out itself has like things. So like I could add the class 2 SF fold out here, and then what I could do is I could actually say SF fold out, and I could actually take this actual like label element, and I could actually just do it this way. So I'm gonna actually go here, and I'm actually gonna say fold out Unity text. So yeah, okay. Really wish Unity would have a way to like just like copy the name of this. All right. So anyways. Unity dash text dash or like there was one other fold out text Unity dash fold out underscore text. Okay, I was like there should be one more other than that. Okay, cool. So I'm actually going to go here, say dot Unity fold out underscore text, and I'm gonna say let's do font size. I'm gonna say I'm gonna just start off with 24. We're gonna just see if this is it, or like how this looks. I need to also save the C# file real quick. See how that looks, and then we'll have to like do library load. Ooh. Is Unity still overriding that? Alright, I did hit reload, right? Okay, so let's re-enable it and see if that. Nope. Let's make sure that it actually added the class name here. No, it did. Oh yeah, it did. It did. Oh, okay, it's not a direct child. Sorry, my bad. So I actually had it set up where like I was trying to get the label as a direct child. That'd be why. Let me fix that real quick. My bad. I believe that actually worked that time. Yeah, okay, that time it worked. Yeah, that's all it was. I accidentally was trying to get the label and like change its like size of it as if it was like a little bit. I'm gonna see like what let's do like 48. Oh, Unity, what is that? Yeah, okay. Just testing it out, see 48. Do that. Alright, yeah, alright, so that works. So I just gotta real quick just add this to the folder down here. I'm gonna also like clean this up a little bit. So we're gonna just do this. All right. So by just adding this class, I can now like override Unity's like label sizing and everything like that. And there we go. So now game control. So I'm gonna do a couple things. So to make it where it's easier to see, like there is an icon, believe it or not, there is a little like triangle right beside it. But the icon is super small. Yeah, it might be a little bit hard to see, but I'm highlighting it right now. Let's make that a little bit bigger so you don't need like a telescope to find it. Unity fold out checkmark. Okay, is that a okay? So I can actually get that the same way I'm getting the current thing. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. So Unity dash fold out check mark. Make sure I'm literally repeating it in my head over and over again because I am gonna forget. Unity check mark. I already forgot. ADHD is one hell of a thing. Fold out. Oh, fold out check mark. Okay. Check mark. What do I need to override? I'm pretty sure it's just that. It's just it's actually okay. Yes, I just need to increase like the size of it. It's just like super small. So I can actually just do this. I can say like with I'm gonna just do percentage first, just to see like how much it is, and pretty sure the height. Let's actually go ahead and grab the height as well, because like that check mark is super small. Okay. That's one thing about like whenever you're like first doing like Unity's like stuff or like UI toolkit, figuring out what selector to override can be fun times. Oh. Nani? Let's make sure. All right, let's check this out real quick. Let's grab the. I gotta go grab the theme thing because I'm pretty sure I have the. Ooh. Okay, so why is it showing so default runtime Unity override. Okay, so something, let's actually open this real quick, make sure I'm not actually referencing it. Okay, no, I'm not. So it's actually loading like the default runtime after this. Or there's something a little bit more specific actually grabbing this. Oh my god, that's such a specific. Okay. I see why it's not doing that. That's Unity. I question Unity sometimes on like their way they name their bloody UI stuff. I was like, are you kidding me? That doesn't make any sense at all. Alright, alright. It's gonna be a doozy one. Okay, so the reason why it is not or why my styling is not overriding it is because of how specific this one is. So I have to, oh god, I hate this. It is Unity, hold out, bear with me, toggle underscore Unity fold out toggle checked input checked to be exact. Oh no, it's, oh, wow. Yikes. I'm about to make my own fold out for make my own little fold out. Okay, so input. Fold out toggle input checked. And then yeah, okay. Ah. Okay. We're somewhat getting there. Oh my god, it just made it even smaller. Wait, was it default 100%, but the freaking icon image? Okay, Unity might just have a very small icon image. No, no. Okay. So Unity just had it like literally a pixel, they actually had the pixels defined in it, that's why. Wow, that's glorious. I want to see aspect ratio, or actually background. Okay, I might just not even worry about like this. Okay, I'm gonna make a note here. Yeah, we're gonna just make a note here. I'll come back to this like later. I don't want to like just stick on this random. This is the check mark to click to open and close the fold out. That's so weird. That's so detailed. That's just like why. And, I'm gonna just not even like have any. I'm gonna just not even have it. I'll get like a warning saying, "Hey, there's an empty thing there," but oh well. I'll focus on other stuff first. Okay. So let's pretty up the. Let's actually pretty up this. So first thing we're gonna need to do is like I'm gonna get the current control scheme. So like, am I doing keyboard? Am I doing like gamepad, stuff like that? At first, I'll sooner or later I'll have like a different like a section for each controller and keyboard. But for the first alpha, like just reading what the current like control layout being used is okay. So what we need to do is I need to get rid of the first path, or like everything except the last path. And also get like the current like keyboard setup. So what we got to do is this. So game control action. Actually, wait. We're gonna need to first get like what the current control is. So let's say it's actually Unity. I wonder if Unity actually has a cleaner format of this. Unity input system clean format for name. One second. I'll bring this over for a second. Warning: we're going from like a dark screen to a little bit of brighter screen just because of Unity's thing. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go to input binding. Display string options. Hip hooray. I set a flag to turn individual. By default, device names are omitted from key settings. Don't use ignore binding overrides. Do not use shortening controls as. Wait, they're actually straight up just a thing called short display name. Okay. Actually, if not, is there short? Okay. What's the wrong one? All right, this one short. Uh, let's see. Might be okay. So at the current moment, like that is getting too much thing. So what we're gonna see is there a is there like a cleaner version of this? Get named. That's for composite. I'm actually kind of curious what the public string name or idea of the action being triggered. Okay, I'm kind of curious. I want to just see what does the like what does the effective path actually look like. So oh, kind of helps if I actually don't actually okay, that's line 75. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was about to test that out. My bad. Let's actually see what this looks like, shall we? I had to get up to open the door. It's getting a little hot in here, so okay. Let me actually okay, I was gonna see if it just wasn't like reload like showing. Okay, no. So that's not what I was wanting. I want to see, let's see. I might have to just do like a weird setup for I might have to just do a weird setup for oh, okay. So weird thing. While I was looking at documentation, I just found something really cool. Okay. Oh, holding on this for a second. Because I just saw something. And I want to see if this is actually like if this just works straight up. Player move button input. I want to. Actually, I've never seen this random thing. Input control. Oh my god, it is just a freaking thing. Input control. I'm gonna just say layout equals I believe this is just a button, or I think this counts as button. Okay, I've actually never seen this distribute before. I'm kind of just curious about it. I saw it inside the documentation, and if this does how I think it does. Oh, okay, it does do exactly what I was thinking of. It just allows you to turn like a string field into like this little like search thing. Okay, that's gonna be useful later on. Not useful for what I'm currently doing, but yeah, that's actually very helpful. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that. I'm gonna actually just comment that out. I'm gonna come back to that later because I just randomly saw that inside the documentation. I love how sometimes just randomly looking inside documentation, you can actually just see like random stuff that might be useful. I might just have to get like the weird things. Oh wait, subflags turn individual. Input binding, part binding, information about a control bound to a oh, actually, that might be a way to do it. Control input. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Well. So it looks like I might be out of luck for how I was wanting to do it. Oh wait, to display string. Oh, okay. I thought there was like a shorter, like a clean version of it. That might be it. That might actually be what we're wanting. Yes, okay, that is what we're wanting. Okay, I thought I saw like something like that like a long time ago, but yes, this is exactly what we're wanting. Okay, cool. So now if I so instead of saying path, if I say to display string, that should be exactly what we're wanting. Yay. Not yay. Okay. Most people might not know that's left stick. Okay, well I'll say like okay. Close enough. You know what? Close enough. This gives me something to work with at least. Because the reason why I say that is if I remember right, there's actually a set of thing called like display. There's like a display options inside each binding. Okay, well, I mean, oh, is this actually inside the input composite part? Okay, well, you know what? That's okay. This is close enough. This is close enough to what I was looking for, so this is okay with me. For now that works. Like this way, like people, it's so crappy, it's so bad. But at least for now, like if there's like a crappy little like menu people can see. I said I'm just like doing this like for like just getting the like alpha out there so people can actually be like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? What I need to do though is I need to make it for where I can actually like say, hey, keyboard. What I might need to do is I might need to have it where there's actually like a controller and then like a keyboard bro over here. So I wonder how this would look if I said add child, and if I said do instead of doing this, actually no, let's actually have this. I'm gonna actually add this as well. And I'm gonna actually say new SF row here. So basically like this is adding like a child to like the row. And then we're adding another row and basically we're gonna like shove like stuff in there. Whoops. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna do this. We're take this one. So we first add the label. So this is the left side of the row, and then we add another row. And like just for example, I'm gonna actually duplicate this one, and I'm gonna say like just for instance, just show this off. We'll have like a left and right column now. Hopefully, unless I accidentally clicked the right one, wrong one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. So I can have like a keyboard, and then I could have like a controller setup. So yeah, this works perfect. So what I'll do is we will have it where each like each first row is going to be a little bit weird. So what I'll do is I will first add this. Actually, let's actually add this outside of here first. And the reason why I say that is, actually, I'll keep this here. So first we want to have it where like the first row added is actually like, let's do this. So we want to have like, yeah, we're actually going to take this. Yeah, and actually have it here. This is going to look weird. And I'll show you why I'm doing this. So I'm going to say action, apt action. And then like instead of saying, I'm going to say keyboard. I'm I'm going to say keyboard, and I'm going to just remove this. I'm going to say controller. So hopefully this does looks like how I'm thinking it'll look. So basically, whenever we go in here now, we'll have, okay, so yeah, we'll have mapped action, keyboard, and then controller. So people can, now I can actually say, okay, this is the keyboard, this is controller, controls. Yeah. So let's do this. So we can actually do something like that. What I might have to do here is, so like, so we're only getting like the 0, 1 right now. What I might have to do is, instead of doing like like, oh god, I mean, this will only run once, and technically this will run before the game, like the players even get in game. So like there won't be any like CPU hits or anything like that in game. Like this will literally happen once and only once. So what I might do, okay, see, what if I do I could do this, if player action yeah, we could do this. Because we actually need to see like a so how do we so we're gonna have to like some way of okay, technically there is a super easy way I could do this. It's actually outside of code. So currently I have it where, yeah, okay, so I could actually do this where the first one is always the keyboard. Yeah, so right now, so I could actually do something like this. So this is gonna actually actually I don't need that look one right now. I don't need look anymore. I used to need it, but I don't need it anymore. And I could have like this. Okay, so shift keyboard. What I could actually do, actually don't need that anymore. Not yet, at least. I'll probably need it later down. S key, yeah, okay, so let's do this. But actually doing it this way, I'll give it a second to for Unity to recompile and everything. Okay. Normally, okay, I was about to say, oh, yeah, I actually no longer need that. That was actually when I was just doing a platform package, not a Metroidvania package. I'll have to clean that up in a bit. Now, if I actually go into the thing, yeah, keyboard, why is move? Wait, what? Move. Oh. Okay. So move is a little weird, and the reason why is it is a, if we go to the other ones, it's just a single button, but move is technically a composite collider. So the 0, 1 is actually the name of the composite, and the first one is actually the thing. Ooh, okay, so how do we get around that? Okay, well, we could just do a check. We can actually say if player action dot let's do binding, right? Yeah, okay, binding. We'll do 0, and we're gonna say is composite. we're gonna have to do something a little unique. We're gonna say okay, index binding index equals 0. And what we're gonna do is actually say, instead of binding index equals 0, we're gonna say binding index equals how do you actually see what is the first let's actually see if there's a way to get the first non-composite. And composite is like was key, so like there's one action, but it has like 6 different like stuff, right? Different ones, so like a positive and negative. Let's do this. Okay, before I do this, I will do 0 for now, just for a second. I want to see this. I want to see, and I'm gonna actually do else. We actually do need this. I want to see 1, 2. So I'm pretty sure if I do 2 here, what it will do is it will actually get the second value inside of the composite instead. So we're gonna double check. W up arrow. Yep, I was right. Okay, so that just got like the Why did that turn blue? Hold it. Okay. Oh, because I need to make it where you can select it. What was that? Unity? What was that? Okay, anyways, we're gonna ignore that for a second. Okay, keyboard controller LMB. Okay, left mouse button, keyboard mouse. We're actually changing this real quick. Keyboard mouse, keyboard and mouse. Keyboard mouse. Okay, yeah. So yeah. How do you see? Unity, how do you see what? Okay, so we're gonna have to find a way to see like how many there are. See also, let's do okay. Value size in bits, value type. Finish that up. Git. Let's see this. Bindings in a composite map. Okay. Okay, so I found something like it, or like some people talking about it. So binding states, binding as composite or composite binding, composite index, oh, well, that's just annoying. Okay, so it's internal function. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is figure out a way around that. Mask by group is get name a composite. Huh. Well. That is a interesting question. How do we actually get that? Okay, so if we are part of a composite, how do we actually get like that? So I'm like looking through all the documentation and it's just like oh wait, get action to binding for a specific thing. Okay, maybe oh um okay, well, okay, so yeah, well, that's gonna be a fun one. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see like an easy API for this part. What I could do is like actually okay. God, it's gonna be a freaking nested for each loop. Holy crap. Oh, maybe. Okay, I think I found something. Okay. Debug.log. Player action binding. Okay, we might have gotten this. We might have this. We're gonna say instead of binding, dot get binding. Yes. All right. Okay, yeah, so this might be possible. Get binding for and then you know what? Okay. I feel like this is closer. We're gonna see this. Okay, so that gets the input binding. All right, so yeah, and then I say player action dot binding a value. No value. It was worth a try. So instead of that, maybe do binding. Okay, yeah, this is so let's just do 0. Okay, that actually does work. We're gonna have fun with this one. Okay, so that does actually instead of saying get binding insects, let's do okay. So instead of passing that one, we need to say I think this literally requires another for loop, which really sucks. Okay, you know what? I might for now. Okay, yeah, we're gonna just do this. Gonna be a little borked for a moment, just because of the fact that we have like a binding or like binding thing. What I could do is I could do recursive. God, I hate this. get non-composite binding. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I hate this so much. I just had this thought. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do so let's say it's basically what we need to do is it's gonna be a fun one. If because we're gonna need a var binding input binding or input binding, and we're gonna say yeah, we're gonna just say like player binding list or like player action binding. Wait, is this struct technically? No, okay. We're gonna say like a input action. So we're gonna say, oh god, I don't know if this is gonna work. Input action. And action. I'm gonna say var binding equals action dot. We're gonna just say binding dot bindings. And we're gonna do the first one. Okay, so and we're gonna say so this will get us like we're gonna test the first binding out. Equals composite collider, or let's say dot is composite. I'm gonna say out int. Actually, instead of just doing that, we're gonna just say oh god, this sucks. Private int binding index we're gonna just do this. We're gonna say binding index equals 0. We're gonna do actually no, we're gonna say binding index right here, and what we're gonna do is if it is a part of binding, we're gonna do binding index plus plus to like add it. So if it starts off at 0 and we the first one is part of a binding, or let's say or binding or input binding dot is composite binding index plus plus, and then we're gonna say we're gonna do this. We're gonna just recursive the crap out of this. So if binding is a part of composite or so forth, we need to add an index to it and go up. So what we're gonna do is get this. Actually, we don't need to do that anymore. We can just say void. We'll say, okay, yeah, so start off at 0. If that is part of the thing, we go +1. At the current moment, if we do like +1, that will give us the W, but then we'll need to like go to next one, which will be 2. And if it's not part of composite collider, we can actually just not do anything, and we can actually use that. So what we can do is up here. This is so stupid. If binding index is part of composite collider, so we're going to start off with 0. We're going to do this where first column will be 1, because 1 will be literally the W key, or like the first value inside of the thing. So this will be 0, this will be 1, and then we need to like index until we get to like the left stick. So that works, but then we're gonna have to say get binding non-binding and we're gonna say player action. I'm going to actually say 0 here by default. So if this is a composite, we use the first one. That's the first key inside the composite. And then we're also going to need to actually set this up where, yeah, and then this will actually be like a building index, or sorry, binding index, I hope. And then what we're going to do is we're going to need to, after we actually bind this and everything, after that is done, we will need to reset the binding index to 0. God, this is... Okay, Unity needs to make a little bit easier way to do this. I have no idea if this is going to work. I might literally go into recursive hell in a second. We're going to find out. Oh, first try! Yeah! Booyah! Okay, it works. It works. It works. Yay! Okay. So beautiful. I'll continue this off stream. I was just kind of today, I was just wanting to like test this out and see like I was wanting to test out like dual streaming. A lot today was kind of like testing out like how I can like dynamically pull like control data from like the input system and like see what I can do with it. Because now, like I've said several times, I will not have to I won't have to add like a new UI component manually each time. Now, whenever I like add a new like key binding or something, or like new hotkey, it'll just automatically add that, which is really good. Okay. Okay, never mind. It says controller right here. I was like, wait a second. People might think this X is literally like X on keyboard, but then I'm gonna add like a little line and stuff underneath this one, just to make it look a little bit nicer. But I'm calling it, I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming now, and I'm going to be like working on a few different things, and I'm going to be like doing a lot more stuff on there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Once I get the settings menu done, I'll release the alpha build, and then after the alpha build, I will actually, really start releasing the tutorials, because I mentioned on the YouTube channel I'll be releasing tutorials and stuff like that. But I am calling it. You guys take it easy. Thank you all for joining. Anime Hero, Paper Saw, and anyone else that was just chilling in chat. Thank you guys for joining. I'll stream. I might stream more tonight. I'm gonna be honest. I could stream more tonight. I'm just getting hungry, and I actually need to get put in a new cooling system in my room that was ordered, and it should be getting here. So my room is hot. I have no AC in my room at the moment. I literally just have like a random fan on me, and it's not working. But I have a new system coming in today. Once it gets here, I'll set it up, cool down my room, and then I'll probably start streaming again. But thank you guys for joining. I'll be doing more most likely tonight. If it takes a little bit longer, or if it gets too hot while I'm like setting up the cooling system, I might wait until tomorrow. But yeah, take it easy, guys, and hope you